Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are...
Hopefully awesome.
That's right. A positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love and make some real life choices. Today's episode, we got some fun things to talk about, man. Let me tell you.
They made some good choices.
It's, one would say it's a matter of choice. So, hey, if you want to know what the hell we're talking about, the pre-show. We did a pre-show. It's an extended version of this episode. It can be found over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome. But yeah, today we're going to talk about some new trailers dropping that dropped this past week that will drop next week. That's pretty much it. It was a slow news week. And then our main topic, we're going to talk about Fortnite, man. Yeah. Fortnite's cool, man.
Look at that, man.
It's cool. Oh, look at that llama, bro. But yeah, before we get into any of that, Maggie, how was your week, my dear?
I made a lot of real life choices over the week. It was actually
this is gonna be for nobody.
I had my last my contact's going bonkers. My last work day on Tuesday at school, and I finished up all that stuff, all the lovely paperwork. Are you really touching those?
No, I'm just, the wrapper was in the frame.
Okay.
Yeah, we ate blueberry Kit Kats.
That was a bad life choice.
Shh. It's in the pre-show. Don't give
for
it away.
Me.
Don't give it away.
Give it away.
Don't give it away for free. It's not fair to our patrons. There. All right. You finished up school. I finished up
school and
that's fantastic.
And
we're going off the rails.
Yes, we are.
I didn't know.
No, you're going off the rails.
I didn't know if it was gonna be low energy or chaotic energy. Okay, but it seems like there's definitely gonna be one.
But yeah, I've been trying to do housework and stuff.
Hell yeah!
And Matt's going off the rails. I'm gonna try to keep us to the ground as close as possible. I can't promise anything else but that.
Oh my God.
How was your week,
buddy? My week, Maggie. Let me tell you about my week. Okay, what can I not tell you about my week? All right, I ate a hamburger.
Oh yeah, he made some hamburgers today. They were pretty good.
That's not what you said last night. The hamburgers. You said they were really good.
Yeah.
You jerk. Now you're saying they're just pretty good. Well, which the hell is it, Maggie?
Does that mean the same thing?
Pretty good means like, it's pretty good. And really good is like, oh my gosh, this is like really good.
It was really good.
There it is. Thank you.
It's a really good life choice.
So should I explain to him what the burger is?
You're going to have to, because we're already bragging about how good they were.
Here's. I want everybody to close their eyes. Okay.
Do I have to close mine?
Are you everybody?
Oh, shit.
All right. Everybody close your eyes. All right. I want you to imagine a plate of food. Okay. On
pasta.
That plate. On that. No. Okay. Wait. There's no food yet. I want you to imagine a plate.
Okay.
Okay. On that plate, there is a everything bagel.
Okay.
Okay. It has been sawed into two halves.
Oh.
Toasted. On the toasted part,
cream
cheese, my friend. Then on the bottom, slice of American cheese. All right. On top of that, a quarter pounder burger, cooked to perfection. All right, juicy
burger
with the correct seasonings. All you need is salt and pepper, just something out there. Then on top of that, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Egg over easy.
All
right.
Yeah.
A little mustard, a little ketchup. Close that off with the top of the bagel. Open your eyes. It didn't exist. It's not real.
But
sorry.
You actually made it for us for dinner.
Close your eyes again. Close your eyes again. Okay. Close your eyes. Oh my God! It's coming to get you. It's taking you, Maggie. Oh my God! And now you're falling down a mountain. Now your car explodes, and oh my God, you woke up and Satan's staring you right in the eyes. He says, "There's only one thing you can do. There's only one thing you can do, Maggie. You have to give me your soul and fight crime."
All right.
Superhero.
Wait, are you talking about Yu Yu Hakusho?
It's Spawn.
Oh, you're talking about Yu Yu Hakusho.
I mean, it's both,
He's a
I
spirit
guess.
detective.
Listen,
All
whatever it was, but that was
So-
no. But that was the burger. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good burger.
I love me a good old fashioned burger.
Hamburger.
If you've not had an egg on a burger, my friends, let me tell you, do it. All right. Quit making bad life choices and
It
making
made
real
Matt's
life
blood
choices.
pressure skyrocket.
Listen, that's neither here nor there. Okay. Was it the hamburger? Was it the Checkers fries that we bought with it? Was it the brownie that I ate? Was it the ice cream cone? I mean, who can say,
I've
Maggie?
been eating the
Who can
best this
say?
weekend.
Listen, I put 4 tablespoons of chia seeds on my gravy biscuit this morning. All right? Listen, it's the weekend. Calories don't count on the weekend, okay?
But apparently fiber counts. So.
All right. Anything else you want to say before we dive into this?
We got our little girl a little food truck.
Oh yeah, we did.
it's so
It's like a little Fisher Price food truck. It's,
Came
like,
with a
it's really good.
hamburger and a taco and a pizza.
The hamburger
and
does not
milkshakes.
come with a fried egg, though. Unfortunately,
You need
I was
to
pretty
complain to
pissed
Fisher
about
Price.
it. Yeah,
Pretty
she's daggone angry.
She loves the milkshakes. She loves the straws
In the
food truck.
oh, okay, I thought you meant in life.
Yeah, she does love them.
I mean, that's true. We don't buy her milkshakes all the time.
No, we don't.
But like, if I'm getting a milkshake because it's Friday, then yeah, she's gonna get a sip of it. You know what I mean? Because it's Friday. And calories don't count on Fridays.
Not
so.
for an almost 2-year-old.
All right. Well, Maggie, enough of that. I think it's time that we get into the news. No, that's the wrong one.
Oh.
It's time for the news. Boink. All right. Remind me to scoot that closer to me the next time we film. All right, kicking off the news stories this week. In tech news, I don't have this on here because I was like, I'm not going to talk about it, but we don't have anything. We don't have a lot of stuff to talk about. So in tech news, the DeLorean is coming back.
Yeah. And how much is it, Matt?
Wasn't it $150,000?
I was going to say it's like more than what we got our house for.
That's true. You just had to ask. Maggie, tell them a little bit about the DeLorean.
The DeLorean? Well, as you know, everybody, this is a 1980s car made popular by the movie Back to the Future, even though Back to the Future is made after the DeLorean company actually went out of business.
That's true.
It made the car very popular among collectors, and now they decided to bring it back as an electric version.
An electric vehicle.
Yes.
DMC has revealed the look and initial specs of the new electric car called the DeLorean Alpha 5. Ooh.
Alpha.
Is that a Power Rangers reference?
And when you honk the horn, it goes, ay, ay, ay.
Oh, shit. Dude, I would love that. Are you kidding me? I would buy it for that.
I know you
$175,000.
Yeah. It's
Although it's not
what we got our house for.
Not officially $175,000. It's just the specs seem to be. I'm trying to find a good photo.
It's very sleek.
Yeah, it's still got
It's still got the weird doors.
Still looks like an airplane without wings.
Still don't know how you're gonna park that sucker.
Yeah, let's see if I can zoom in on
Unless
this.
it's got like a weird hinge to it or something, you know.
There we go. Did we say it's a 4-seater?
No, we did not.
Yeah,
Original DeLorean was a 2-seater. This one is a 4-seater.
Yep. Electric. All electric. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy one. Because it's $175,000. Like, Jesus. Come on, man. We gotta make some real life choices, okay?
Yeah.
So let's see here. So, any thoughts about the DeLorean?
Well, I mean, I thought it was cool, but like
It
you
is
said,
cool.
it's way too much money.
I'll buy it once they sell 12 of them.
Once the DeLorean company goes out of business again.
Once they pull a Morbius, am I right?
And they reboot Back to the Future with the new car.
Speaking of Morbius, what'd you say?
Speaking of Morbius.
Did you really? That's what I said.
Because I knew that's what she's going to do.
You piece of shit. Ah, God. Stop. You're ruining it. This is like when you tell my screaming horses jokes. All right. Speaking of Morbius. On
the meme brought it back.
On the movie news. Morbius went back into theaters over the weekend.
It did.
Went into 1,000 theaters, Maggie.
Yes.
1,000 theaters Morbius was in. And it made a total of $85,000.
Oh my
which
gosh.
might sound like a lot until you realize it's only
do the math.
It's $85 per theater. So
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
That's like me and you and like 3 other people.
Idiots.
I mean, don't listen. Let's not blame the people who...
No. I'm not blaming the people that went to the theater to watch it. I blame the people that brought it back into the
Sony.
theater. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they're stupid. They're so stupid.
Movie goers, no.
Freaking stupid. Oh my God.
No, I don't blame the people that go. They're not the ones that have control over that. They wanted to go watch the movie. Maybe they were one of the people that was all about it in Twitch.
Maybe they love Jared Leto.
Know.
Maybe it was Jared Leto.
Maybe it was Jared Leto at all those theaters that spent $85 at all those theaters. I don't know.
He's like, I got $85,000.
It's Morbin time.
Shoot. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know why this happened. I think it's because the memes.
Yeah, the
Everybody
memes.
was like, oh my God, Morbius.
But once somebody wrote in that video, Jared Leto, where he reads like the script,
yeah,
it says Morbius 2, it's Morbin time.
God.
Somebody commented on it. They're like, "The joke's dead. It's done.
Oh
it's
yeah,
done.
yeah.
It's
like,
over with.
They killed it.
He said it. That's it.
The joke is dead. I mean, really, how much further can the joke go? Like, we made them put it back in theaters.
Yeah,
it bombed a second time.
They showed it on Twitch.
They did for free.
For
hours.
And somewhere else at multiple other sites too that they showed it for free too.
I think it was on TikTok. I have no idea.
No. It was on
Morbin.com.
Tumblr or something?
I think it was on, wasn't it reallifechoices.com?
Yes, it was.
I think that's what it was.
Because it's where all the choices are made.
Maggie, it's a matter of choice.
Speaking of
Morbius. Speaking of things that suck and look terrible, Pinocchio.
Oh man! Like, what happened?
So here's the thing, Maggie and I. You know, it was Tuesday, Memorial Weekend had happened, and I was back at work, right, doing the old 9 to 5 grind. You know,
I did my
making them dollar bills.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so they dropped a trailer, and I was like, oh my God, Maggie, don't watch it. Don't you watch it, because we're going to react to it when I get home.
And we're going to...
And it's Disney, and that's our bread and butter.
That's
right?
our baby.
That's our bagel and cream cheese.
We support it.
And then we didn't, because we were tired.
Yeah.
And then we went to bed, and I was like, oh, crap. Hey, we never watched that trailer.
We made a real life choice that day.
And we clicked play on the Apple TV and watched it and regretted the last 2 minutes of that night.
We sat there and said, why?
Like, okay, like, here's the thing. I don't want to just trash this trailer, okay?
No.
It does look god awful.
And I will be up front. I have never liked any variation of Pinocchio ever. Even the cartoon version, even the Jonathan Taylor Thomas version. I've never liked it.
What about the Justin Timberlake version?
What version?
No strings attached.
Matt, that's
What about Avengers Age of Ultron? I've got no strings to hold me down.
Lord. Anyways.
There are no strings on me.
I don't know. Like,
everyone wants sex.
It's a real life choice. But
we should make T-shirts.
I just
that say real.
Can your mom make them?
We're not gonna mention this. But I mean, she could. She makes awesome shirts. No, like I don't know. It doesn't look great, right? I mean,
No, it does not.
like,
Look the best.
okay.
Like the poster that they released for it was like, wow. It looks Pinocchio looks pretty cool, man. Maybe I'll give it a chance. And we're like,
the poster,
why?
yeah. On the poster, Pinocchio looks like Pinocchio,
Yeah.
like from the cartoon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
In a real life setting,
Yeah.
like
Hey, it's like that
cool.
thing when like they put Mario 64 in Unreal Engine 7. You know, it was like, oh, I mean that's kind of weird, but sure,
It works.
It looks cool, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he's not even in the freaking trailer.
yeah,
Pinocchio's not even in it. You know who is in it? Jiminy Cricket.
yeah. And
Looks terrifying.
weird. They made him look.
And he like
More?
8 feet tall or something. And he like
They
then he
made
like
him-
bite off the head of Geppetto. He's like, ah!
Oh, it's the Pooh Bear movie. That
No. Shh. We don't talk about that.
but,
We don't talk about Pooh Bear.
Jiminy H. Cricket.
Yeah, Jesus H. Cricket. Yeah.
That just makes me think of
Like-
my JV basketball coach.
Like I love Tom Hanks. All right.
Yeah.
I used to love Robert Zemeckis a lot.
I'm questioning his mind
You
here,
know,
here of recently.
Here's the thing, man. You know, let's just talk about this for a second, all right? You make Back to the Future, all right? You make Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
You make Back to the Future 3. You make Who Framed Roger Rabbit, all
Tougher.
right? And then you make Forrest Gump.
Was that him?
Yeah, right?
I'm looking it up.
Right? And then they're
So
like,
the
all right, man,
iPad
you know
doesn't
what?
crash.
You did it.
Yeah,
You
dude.
you
Dude,
played
you did
cinema.
it all. Good for you.
I think did he do
I'm looking.
did he do Castaway? I'm pretty sure he did Forrest Gump.
He did do Forrest Gump. He did do Castaway.
Boom, nailed it in your freaking face.
He also did The Witches with Anne Hathaway.
Well, but here's the thing, okay?
He did The Polar Express.
Will you let me finish this? So after leave it on that because I might need you.
Okay, I'm looking.
After he does Forrest Gump, they're like, all right, man, here's your card. Here, I saw it. He's like, here's your card. You beat Hollywood. You
Yeah.
son of a bitch. You did it.
You SOB.
You
did
whatever
it.
you
You
want.
did it, man.
Whatever you want. You full free reign. All right.
Yes.
And he was
Yes.
like, all right, you know what I want to make? Contact.
Yeah.
Where Matthew McConaughey is a priest.
Heck yeah.
But he also has sex because it's Matthew McConaughey. Hey. That's not what he says. He says, all right. I said, hey. And then they're like, I mean, sure, this is fine.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hey, all right, I'll make another good one. I'll make Castaway. And they're like, you son of a bitch, you did it again. You make whatever you
Dude,
want.
You do it.
And he was like, all right, I'm going to make Beowulf. I'm going to make the best Christmas movie that will terrify children for generations.
The Polar Express. Now, the Polar Express came out before Beowulf.
I know. I accidentally pulled
That's
Beowulf
okay.
first. But yeah, he's like, listen, this is what I'd like to see, okay? I'd like to see a kid with no expression.
And Tom Hanks playing every
And
role,
I
including
really-
the main kid.
I really want to see just death in the eyes of every character
Yeah.
that's in this movie, okay? And I want to go on like a 10-hour journey with this ticket.
I'm
Is
looking
it a
at
ticket
you.
or is it a feather?
I'm looking at
Is it a ticket or a feather?
It's a ticket.
Okay, because it
What's
was
a
a
ticket?
feather in Forrest Gump.
Yes.
It's a ticket. And you know what's gonna happen with this ticket? It's gonna hang out with like isn't it a homeless man on top of the train?
Yeah, it's a hobo.
And he just and that goes nowhere, right?
Yeah,
Like
that
that
he
story.
disappears like magic. And like smiles at the kid, and then he just
Yeah.
disappears with the wind.
And then I don't know. He did like Monster House.
He
and,
did A Christmas Carol, then
Jeez.
Flight.
Flight was fun.
let's see.
He did The Walk.
Yeah.
Which I thought The Walk was
Allied, which brought down the downfall of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, apparently. And then he did Welcome to Morrowind.
Hey, one of these days we're gonna watch Welcome to Morrowind. All right.
I don't know.
Welcome to Morrowind
scared.
is like if Robert Zemeckis
What
made
is
Sucker
up
Punch.
with him, man? What is up with him doing this crap?
Listen, when you have free reign, you make weird shit sometimes. All right. Like, how do you think Episode 1 of Star Wars got made? All right. Like, sometimes you just make weird shit. I don't know.
Then he did The Witches with Anne Hathaway, the remake
For HBO Max.
for HBO Max, which
And Pinocchio going
No.
straight to Disney Plus.
does that say something about Robert Zemeckis?
It does not. Okay, because here's the thing: as far as I'm concerned, his career stopped at Castaway, and we
Stopped
never,
at Castaway?
we never heard from him again. All right, he fell in love with CGI.
Yeah,
And
he did.
God love him.
He really
He's been-
saw a future in it.
If it wasn't for Robert Zemeckis pushing the boundaries of a dead Santa Claus, we wouldn't have Groot today. So,
I'm looking at you.
Robert Zemeckis.
I'm looking at you.
He almost directed The Flash.
I'm looking at you.
Would that have made The Flash any worse? I don't know. Is that movie even real? I refuse to believe it. I know I've seen trailers. I refuse.
But that-
until I am in the theater and the credits are rolling, I will not believe
dude
this movie
keeps on
exists.
getting arrested.
Okay? Like, I mean the end credits. I will sit through the entire movie before I admit that it's
and
real.
me pinching you the whole entire time.
And you know what? It's going to be funny. It's going to be amazing. But it won't be because it's not real. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's
But
not.
Matt,
it doesn't
it
exist.
came out. There's a report
No.
saying that audiences
Nope.
really like it.
No. I'm still waiting for my Bradley
even-
Cooper version.
I didn't know he directed Death Becomes Her.
Yeah, CGI. Remember, her head's backwards.
Yeah, and also there's a big old hole through one of them.
Speaking of big old
Morbius.
holes in Morbius, this week that we're currently in, we've
I'm
moved
sorry.
on.
I'm
What is it? Go ahead,
sorry.
tell
One
the
of
audience.
the bad guy in Death Becomes Her is an alias. I knew her from somewhere. Not the bad guy in Alias. The Sydney's aunt.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, God, I don't know how else.
Sydney
to say.
has an aunt.
Yeah.
Way to go, Maggie. No, I know who you're talking about. Is she in that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is it Bruce Willis?
Yeah. Meryl Streep.
He plays a
Goldie Hawn.
scientist?
No, not necessarily.
I don't care. We're not doing this. Let's do that as a commentary.
Okay.
I've never
In
seen
2 years.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
I think.
God,
Well,
you'll hate
actually,
it.
technically, I think I saw it when I was like
You'll hate
4.
it. You'll hate it.
Anyway. Speaking of Morbius, nailed it. All right, fine. You know what? There, you
Guess
get to know
what,
the news.
everybody?
Matt has given in. In the week that we're in currently, because when this releases, it's Monday.
All kinds of merchandise has already been released about it.
There is a Black Adam trailer releasing this week.
You could have just told me.
That's right, everybody. Black Adam featuring The Rock, otherwise known as The Foundation. Foreshadowing. Yeah. All right. Speaking of Morbius, no, I'm kidding. Any thoughts on Black Adam?
I can't wait. Can't wait. Pierce Brosnan, Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
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 And then we get Hawkman. Too.
Hawkman's in there.
Hawkman.
Love Hawkman.
Funko Pop has released a bunch of pops of Black Adam.
Ooh.
Yeah. I really like the one of him sitting on his throne.
The Golden Throne.
Yeah. What's that about?
The Porcelain Throne.
Oh my lord.
Wow.
God.
You sounded like a really old lady. Just-
Yes, I know. I did. I have a 6-year-old woman living in the back of my head half the time.
No, like who else in there? Are there people in it? Atom Smasher, I think, might be there. Stargirl in there. And they're a Green Lantern of some sort, or Jade.
Yeah, there is a Green Lantern.
Is it Jade?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Okay, Alan Scott's daughter. Yeah. What? So what do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of Black Adam?
I'm excited.
I'm excited. Okay. I am excited.
I'm excited.
I'm
trying not to get too hyped about it because DC has screwed over people too many times.
Like, I guess my question is, where do you think this fits within the greater theology of the DC universe?
Theology?
Yeah, like
no, there's no theology to DC.
No, I'm just saying, like in the great epicness of the DC universe at large. Okay, does this take place in the same universe?
I like to say no.
But Shazam, it takes place in the same universe as Shazam.
Can Shazam be in a different universe aside from everything else? It's bonkers.
No, because remember the kid had like the batarang and he had the
But that could be a different universe.
I mean, yeah, it could be. Honestly, all this could be fixed with the Flash if the Flash was real. But it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. I won't believe it until I see it. No, I mean, I don't know. I think The Rock will do great. I think the idea of this is great. World War II. What?
ISIS. It says ISIS.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Why have you said ISIS like 7 times? Is the character's name ISIS?
I'm thinking of that freaking Vine of Gabriel Gundacker.
I know. Is the character's name ISIS? We really need to clear this up.
The Egyptian god, the ISIS.
So there's an actor,
yes,
playing someone named ISIS
/ Adriana Tomaz.
Okay, that's all. We just need to clear that up. That you were talking about a character
everybody.
on IMDb.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Everybody.
No, you ain't gotta
Adam
be sorry.
Smasher.
Knew it.
Hawkman.
Hawkman. I love Hawkman.
Squad leader.
Wait.
Russian mercenary.
These aren't real. These aren't real.
Cyclone.
You want me rolling like a cyclone. You want me rolling all night long. We gotta put that in the playlist now. Let me make a note. Add cyclone.
There's a lot of mercenaries.
To hopefully awesome music playlist on Spotify. Is that it? Are we done?
There's no
talking about
Green
Black
Lanterns.
Adam? Did it say Jade anywhere?
No.
All right. Well, hey, maybe I was thinking of Stargirl.
There's a revolutionary mercenary number 1.
Do you think Stargirl and Hollywood Stargirl are related?
Oh, I saw that at the top of Disney Plus the other day. I meant to send you a picture of it.
Of Hollywood Stargirl?
Yeah.
I don't care. Speaking of Morbius and Disney Plus, this Wednesday, Ms. Marvel drops.
Really?
Yeah. See? Maybe now you won't be such a dick to me. Ow! Yeah. No,
Forever a bad person to you.
Ms. Marvel drops on June 8th. Are you excited, Maggie?
I'm excited.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It looks good. We watched Disney release like a little fan video thing, like a fan's guide to Ms. Marvel. We watched it, right? That's what we watched, right? Yeah, it's like 4 minutes long or whatever. I don't know. It was good. Whatever. It sounds great. Like, it looks great. Sounds great. Reminds me of Scott Pilgrim. Reminds me of Turning Red.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want from me. All right. It looks good.
All right. Do you look forward to watching it, Matt?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I got other things on my mind right now. I got Jurassic World Dominion dropping on Thursday. I got to publish this podcast. We got to record another one tomorrow.
What a butt.
I got some dailies I got to do.
On Fortnite? God, Matt.
I mean, look, that's what it is, okay? These soggy 90s ain't gonna crank themselves, you know what I'm saying?
We don't even crank soggy 90s anymore because we play no builds.
Did you want to say anything else about Miss Marvel before we move on? Okay.
Speaking of Morbius.
Nailed it. Patrick Willems. This is the final news story.
Wow.
Hey, man.
No, I'm not dissing. I'm just.
It was a dry week. Okay. It was a dry week this week.
Going through a drought.
Patrick Willems announced the feature-length finale of the Charles saga called The Knot of the Coconut.
And Matt's been looking so forward.
It will release on June 17th on Nebula. Everybody, listen. All right, look. Here's the deal, Levinson. We're going to talk about this for a second.
What?
Patrick Willems, all right? Patrick H. Willems, Thrillems, one might call him, does fantastic work. I mean, look, we're just a nobody channel. We get 4 views on these videos, okay? And 3 of them are us. So, I mean, like, you don't need us to tell you to go watch Patrick Willems. However, go watch Patrick Willems, okay? He has several million subscribers. I don't even know. Legit, this past weekend, I watched a video about a movie I'd never heard of that Patrick Willems released a video of called Hudsucker. And it was a Coen Brothers film written by
The Coen Brothers and
Sam Raimi. Yeah. And then Sam Raimi was the second unit director on it. And he does a 30-minute breakdown of this hula hoop sequence. And it's awesome. Like, he made me give a shit about this movie I've never heard of in my life. And I'm not even a big Coen Brothers fan. I'm not really a big Sam Raimi fan. Like, he's nothing against him, right? But I mean, like, I'm more Steven Spielberg, J.J. Abrams, right? I mean, obviously there's a difference there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's been working on this story. I think he said, in the last video I watched, he said it was January 2020 is when he started the Charles saga. And so what he's done, just as filler, because we need to fill some time on this podcast. What he's done is he does these videos, these essays, right? Yeah. Where he talks about different movies and different themes in movies, or it could be about music in a scene, or it could be about a plane landing. Like he does all these different things, right? They're really good. He did one about Dick Tracy that one time.
Plane landing one's pretty good. Yeah,
it's awesome. And so it's like the most expensive shot in a movie ever, or something.
It's stupid.
And so
what they did in the movie, not Patrick Williams.
Yeah. And so intermixed within these essays that he does, he has this through line narrative about Charles. It's not really about Charles until the end.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to break it down for you. I'm just going to tell you that it's great. It is something that is right up my alley. It is something that I would have done. It's something I have done. Being when I used to make not movies, but like when I used to make videos and stuff when I was younger, I always loved trying to make a ongoing narrative, right? Mm. Even in things that weren't, right? Like it would be, I would call it a documentary, right? But I mean, it was just me and my cousin Josh walking to the top of a hill and saying we climbed a mountain, right? Yeah. And then we would reference that mountain in other videos that wasn't even about me and my cousin Josh. And so making this narrative through line through all this. So watching him actually do that on like a grand scale, so much so that he finally, I think it was supposed to be last July in 2021, was around the time he was supposed to release the finale of the season. After so many videos, 20, 25, 30.
Something like that.
And the finale was going to be just the narrative. It wasn't going to be an essay, and it was going to be a short film, and it was going to release only on Nebula. Right, that was kind of the whole pitch of the whole thing. And so I told Maggie immediately. I was like, "Well, we're gonna sign up to get this. Obviously, like I'm gonna watch this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'll just wait till he announces the release date, and then I'll sign up for it." And thank God I did, because that was a year ago. Like, it was supposed to come out last year. Anyway, so he's finally done it. He announced it. He showed the trailer for it. It looks ridiculous in all the best ways. And if you are wanting to watch this, guess what? You don't have to sit through 25 YouTube videos. He's actually released a compilation called The Charles Saga. And it is available to watch. It's like 2 hours long. Yeah. And it's just all the narrative scenes from every video he's done. I've got it set to watch later. We're definitely going to watch this. We may even end up talking about it on the podcast. Like, I don't know if it'll be the topic of the show. It might be. Like, if it was this week, it would definitely be the topic of the show. But yeah, so if you have just the slightest bit of interest in this, I highly recommend. I wouldn't even necessarily watch the trailer first, because that's just, I think it's more for like the fans than like trying to get new people to watch it. But like, you know, just pick any one of his videos. He covers 1,000 topics, and just, that's all movie related. Find one about a movie that you like, watch it. It's great. I think it's wonderful. I think he does great stuff. But yeah, no, it's just fun. It's really cool seeing somebody make something cool like this. You know?
If you like, I'm the type of person that likes to learn unusual things and try to remember them. Like, I would say it's useless information that's stored in the back of my mind. And you enjoy like behind the scenes and more details as to why certain people do certain things in movies.
Yeah.
It's right up your alley.
Totally.
Yeah. His Dick Tracy video is really good.
My throat's getting dry. And like, this ice water is not helping.
Ice.
Sugar in water. Your skin's hanging off your bones, Dad. Is that better?
Is this better?
That's Kingpin.
Yeah, I know.
Who's also in Jurassic World. I don't have this on here. I meant to talk about it a little bit more at the beginning of the show, but next week we're going to be talking about Jurassic World Dominion. We also, this month, our movie commentary is about Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park.
Join our Patreon at $1.
$1.
You're
Get
part
you
of the movie club.
And audio, both, either or. And man, let me tell you, it's all right. It's $1, so you should just do it anyway.
Do we go off the rails in it? I don't know. You have to pay $1.
Do we talk about Fast X?
Do we talk about other dinosaur movies?
Oh yeah.
No, don't say what it is.
That's true. You gotta pay the $1. But yeah, so in preparation, we've been watching the Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much into it because we probably will mention it next week. But man,
let's just say Maggie fell asleep during the sequels to Jurassic Park.
You fell asleep in Jurassic Park 3. For sure.
Yeah. Lost World, I think I would have for sure.
So let me just, we'll cap this off with this.
I could not say what.
If you had to rank so far, okay, I think obviously Jurassic Park is number one.
Yeah, Jurassic Park, number one, yes.
I would say, what would you say is the worst?
The worst?
Yes. Of course, just so everybody's on the same page, you got the Lost World Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And then there's the short film, the Battle for Big Rock. I wouldn't even count that. I would at least count it somewhere. Like either as, if you want to include it with the new Jurassic World, that's fine. But I mean, it's a short movie.
All right. Jurassic Park's the best.
For sure.
The worst?
The worst. Worst of the worst of the worst, sir.
I think he's going to applaud me when I say this, because I've had a few days to think about it. Jurassic Park 3.
Thank you. Were you not thinking that?
Like, I always look back on it.
Yeah.
With fondness, I guess, because I did enjoy it at that time.
I think you enjoyed it in the same way that I enjoyed Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, where it's like, hey, this is that thing that I love, and now I get to watch it.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, it's Dr. Grant. I love Dr. Grant.
It's
I love
Alan.
Alan. But
yeah,
the more and more
great.
I think back on it, I'm like, wow, why did they make
They skimped on the
movie?
effects, which just made it
Yes,
worse.
it looked like trash.
It did not look great.
Okay, so that's the worst.
Okay.
Do you agree, Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well,
So here's what I'm thinking.
where are we working? Working our way from the bottom or working our way
I think
from
we
the
need
top?
to zigzag. All right.
Oh no,
So
I can't keep up with that.
So number 1, Jurassic Park. Number 5, Jurassic Park 3. So what's number 2?
Number 2,
I would say Jurassic World.
I agree.
Okay. I figured that one. I figured those are probably the easiest.
Yeah,
so now
those are
here's where things get complicated. All right. Number 3 and number 4, we got Jurassic World Dominion and we got the Lost World Jurassic Park. Both not great for different reasons.
Yes.
Okay. Jurassic. Let's start with Jurassic Park, The Lost World. This is gonna get confusing.
Okay.
Not great story.
They cut out like half of the story.
Action.
Third act?
Yeah, because there's supposed to be raptors on the boat, and
Yeah,
then
they
they were
cut 'em
like, we don't need these.
Forget about it. We won't reshoot it.
Yeah, and then everybody's still dead. It's like, well, that doesn't make any
dead
freaking
person
sense.
laying right here.
So I guess the Tyrannosaurus was supposed to have escaped, ate everybody on the boat, got back into the lower section,
I'm full.
and closed the door behind him. Right?
I'm taking a nap.
I guess that's what they're going for.
Like,
But here's the thing: it is Steven Spielberg. So at the very
I
least,
don't know.
at the very least, it was well made. It wasn't good, but it was well made. All right. I wouldn't say Hook was poorly made. I just don't like Hook. Okay. But now let's talk about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. All right. It's a horror movie. It's contrived. It doesn't make any sense. Well, okay. Some of it, some makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The part that doesn't make sense to me is how this is supposed to set up the entire world has been taken over by dinosaurs because 11 dinosaurs escaped. I know it wasn't actually 11; it was 11 species, right? So let's be liberal with it. Let's say 50 dinosaurs. There was definitely not 50 dinosaurs crammed in that room, breathing in that toxic gas, right? But let's just give them a hat tip. Let's say maybe there's like 40 of those little suckers running around, right? Let's say 50 dinosaurs broke out. Still not enough to take over the entire world. Like in these new trailers, there's like packs of dinosaurs just roaming through like Arizona and stuff, and it's like, I don't know.
Some dinosaurs getting it on.
I guess.
Or are they still made with that frog DNA?
I guess.
Or
But
they
it didn't even
switch.
look like most of them had two. Like I didn't see 2 T-Rexes. I didn't see 2 Brontosauruses.
I didn't see 2 raptors, but the sure
But
by
anyway,
God in the
that's-
European part of the trailer there is multiple raptors.
But that's that. Okay. Now, the Indoraptor. All right. The scene, like, what is that? Are you trying to do the T-Rex from the Lost World?
Why does it sound like an old man?
You're doing it wrong. That's not it at all. You have to do a little bit more of a squeak. It's like, that's closer. Okay. But no, Maggie. So the Indoraptor when like the little girl gets in her bed and like he's like creeping around, right? And he's like, "Oh,
I'm the boogeyman
behind this curtain." Oh, and I'm not that horse, you know. And it's like, I don't know, it's dumb as shit, right? Like, I mean, I don't like. Okay, I get what the director's going for, right? Oh, it's the boogeyman, right? Like, I get that.
Yeah.
It's still stupid. Like, I mean, go make a boogeyman movie, right? Like, go make a movie about a monster running, like, doing weird, creepy shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't put it in this. It fits nowhere. And, like, just out of nowhere, the movie just hard stops for, like, 7 minutes so they can do this bedroom scene out of nowhere. I don't know. Like, I feel like... this movie, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, made me realize how far we've gotten from the basics of Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was, hey, here's a bunch of dinosaurs and now you're stuck with them. Get the hell out of there. Right? That's it. That's the whole thing, and it's perfect. And then Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom is like, this raptor can talk to this guy, and this other raptor is kind of a creepy creep. Oh, and this little girl is a clone / dinosaur, right? And like,
They didn't address that match.
well, they said that they made her using the same technology that they made the dinosaurs. And I mean, sure, it could just be a clone, but then you look in her eye, and I don't know, she sees a fly and her tongue comes flying out. So I guess they had to fill in the DNA with frog DNA again, right? Life finds a way. And then you get Jeff Goldblum back, right? You get Jeff Goldblum back.
Yeah. And guess what?
And you waste him sitting in a Senate hearing, and you make him say the worst line in the entire franchise. Welcome to Jurassic World. The poor guy.
May I add? Wait, no.
Yes.
Never mind.
No, what's going on?
I got no. I got movies confused in my brain.
So here's
overcorrect.
Here's what I think. Here's where I think we should. This is where it comes in. Okay. There's only one thing that these two movies have in common. This is Jeff Goldblum. Which movie had the better Goldblum? Was it The Lost World? Or was it Jurassic World Dominion? All right. That's the answer. That's what we're going with.
Weird in Lost World.
No, but he has a daughter that does
Where?
gymnastics.
How?
Just does gymnastics. Think about Toby's there.
I don't care about Toby or Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn is there. I don't know if it's a pro or con.
I don't care.
Is there any... I think I would be inclined... jeez. I think I'm inclined to put Lost World above Jurassic World Dominion or Fallen Kingdom.
I don't.
Really? You liked old Blue just being like, hey, I can talk. And you liked the little creepy thing. And you liked did you like the guy from I can't even think of Hydra. Selling off the dinosaurs.
Hydra.
Selling off dinosaurs for like $5 million. This thing doesn't exist. We're only going to charge $5 million for this thing. This movie made $100 million in its opening weekend. And they sold 11 dinosaurs for the same price. Like, come on. You're very much undervaluing what you have here. And may I remind you, Maggie, the way that the Indoraptor is trained to attack people by when they have a gun pointed at someone.
Yeah, remind you, Matt, there's dead people laying on a dock, and we don't know at all during this course of this movie.
I mean, I take that over a volcano just so happens to be on Jurassic Park Island, okay? Like, oh my God, I can't believe we didn't know there was a volcano here this whole time. How did we not know? Man, they really didn't spare no expense. And the fact that they retconned the fact that John Hammond actually did the science himself with another guy. They were just Steve Jobs and Wozniak and just... appling it up, and that we had no idea. I think the clone little girl is enough to send this one down. I think that's more than enough to put this one
I'm
below
not
the Lost
fighting
World.
you anymore, so let's just put Lost World number 3.
No, that's fine.
Four.
You know what? You have given me no reasons, but I'll go with you
No.
because
no.
life finds a way. All right, let's go into the main topic. It's time for the main topic. Quit. All right, hey, Fortnite's cool, man.
Yeah, it is. It's cool.
What are you doing? Stop. No!
No,
This is weird.
I love you.
I love you too. What are we doing? We're talking about Fortnite.
I'm tired.
I know you're tired. Come on, let's
That's
talk about
why I'm
Fortnite.
acting crazy.
Let's talk about Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Talk about Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite talk.
All right.
So,
May, why don't you take a note?
yesterday
Okay.
was the big event
Yeah.
for Fortnite.
Yeah.
The end of chapter 3, season
2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
always get confused.
Yeah.
There's too many numbers now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Collision.
collision. And there's a big old mech.
Yeah.
I know Matt was like super excited about that because his Power Rangers. And yeah. And we blew up stuff on the island.
This isn't exactly the conversation I was looking at. We don't have to. We're not recapping the event.
Well, I'm just saying this is why we're talking about it.
Is it?
Is it?
Listen, here's.
And then the new season started today. It's chapter 3, season 3.
Vibin.
Oh. Is it still good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Water doesn't go bad. Right?
It can taste weird after so long.
Nah. Yeah. So, okay. This is actually what I wanted to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about Fortnite. Yes, there was a big event over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cool.
Yeah.
And it led into the launch of their new season, which was also really cool. We played a little bit of that today. Played a little bit of the finale yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of wanted to take a moment and, we're the, I mean, again, kind of like Patrick Willems, millions of people already enjoy Fortnite. There's no reason for us to like sell anybody on it, right? So it's not about us convincing anyone. This is just for fun. Fortnite is, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it,
I
but
don't know where you're going with this.
Fortnite's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun, man. It's cool. Fortnite's cool, man. Like, okay, me and Maggie, we really enjoy playing Fortnite. We enjoy just sitting down, cranking some sake nutties, making some real life choices. Okay,
Yes.
That's what we love doing.
Some good choices.
No, we first started playing Fortnite back when it first hit the Switch.
Yeah.
We had actually been playing PUBG
Mm-hmm.
on mobile. And like we were like, Fortnite. Blah.
Yeah.
Blah.
Losers.
Look at this. It looks like a kid's game,
Yeah.
It looks like a baby's toy. You gotta use your hands. That's Back to the Future Part 2. Rest in peace, Robert Zemeckis. And but like PUBG just like looked a little bit more realistic, and like you had a frying pan or something. I don't remember. And so we was playing on our phones. It was cool. It was cool because we could play together.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of the big draw for us, because a lot of these shooter games don't have a lot of co-op, especially online. And the idea of playing a game with 100 other players was still very much
a new thing.
A new thing, yes. Yeah. And so we played a little bit, and then that summer for E3, Fortnite announced it was going to the Switch, and this was in 2018. So just as far as the timeline goes, Maggie and I got married in October of 2017. That following summer was when Fortnite hit the Switch, and we've been playing Fortnite on and off.
That was season 5, chapter 1.
Yeah. We've been playing on and off ever since then. And so I remember when we first started playing, it was a lot of fun. And it was cool that we could both be playing on our Switches side by side on a team, but with our own television, if that makes sense, because there's a screen on the Switch. I remember that being really cool. And what was cool about it was like you'd get this battle pass. Mm-hmm. And so this game is free. This whole thing is free, right? And we decided to give it a try because it was on the Switch. I don't know if I made that clear. I know I said it came to Switch when we played it, but that's why we actually started playing it, because PUBG was only on our phones, and so we could actually play on a TV and stuff. And PUBG you still had to pay for at this point. And so, Fortnite was free, and you get free awards as you leveled up. But you could also get a battle pass for like $10, and there was like 100 things you could get off this battle pass, right? And so like as you're leveling up, as you're gaining XP, and you can gain XP by, opening a chest that has guns in it, and you can get XP from eating a mushroom or something. I don't even know if they had consumables at that point.
No, they only had shield and first aid kits.
Yeah, surviving the storm, like different things, right? I feel like it was a little bit tougher back then to get XP, but I digress. And so like it was just a very interesting thing, because another piece of it that I was trying to wrap my head around was how you didn't keep the stuff that you have from game to game. Like every time you play, it resets and you start back at 0 essentially, right? And so I'm setting all this on purpose. Okay. Like I know I'm covering a lot of things that a lot of people probably already know. But I lost my train of thought. So we played this game. Maggie played the next summer. We stopped playing for a little bit because we played like different games together and stuff. Kind of skip ahead again, off and on. We played a little bit. And then in January of 2020, Fortnite launched their Chapter 2 seasons, which is basically the whole map changed. And we didn't really understand what was up, right? Like, okay, so the map looks different and the graphics are better. Okay. But then like the more we heard about it, it's like, okay, so wait, so there's a reason the map's different? Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean there was like an asteroid? Like what is, there's a guy from space? Like what is this? So, we found out, we played a little bit of that season. And then of course the pandemic started, and we was like, well, we can't go anywhere. Let's get this battle pass. We can, stay at home and just, play this game along with, Animal Crossing. Right. And so like there started to be these like little stories being filled in, right? Like there's Modus running around, and he's this like spy guy, and there's these different spies on this one season. And each season lasts like 3 or 4 months. And as we're playing, we're slowly finding out more stuff. And we're like, okay, so now there's like these bunkers. What does any of this have to do with anything, right? Modus has like a doomsday device. And then I think by that point we'd already dipped out.
Yeah, we dipped out.
Yeah. Because it was like, we can play Animal Crossing or something.
It was like, I felt like it was just hard for me, like, to do some of those challenges.
Yeah.
Because I feel like comparing the challenges from back then to now, the challenges now are so much easier.
And it was hard to follow too.
Yeah.
Because there was like different badges, and you had to level up the badges, and like you didn't know what you were going for half the time.
And the one summer I played when I was at home, like the first summer, I guess.
I think it was
here
2019.
Yeah, something like that. Like I had to find these pieces called fort bites, and it was so vague as to find them.
Yeah.
And then there was those remember those XP tokens too.
Yeah.
And we didn't know where half of those were at part of the time, and we would have to search YouTube for videos of where they were at.
Or Google images and stuff. Yeah. And so then the spy season ends, and we don't really pay attention. And then we hear about like, oh, there's a new part of the map and it's flooded, and Aquaman's in it. It doesn't sound that cool. But then it gets closer, and I know, again, this is kind of vague, right? But as that season draws to a close, we start hearing about that there's this comic book on the loading screen, and it's Thor. And like if you load into the game and like you're in the menu selection and you click on this comic book, you can read, and it's like this 4 pages on the screen that you're reading through. And it's Thor, and he's like the Herald of Galactus for some reason. I think that was actually happening at the time in the comics, but so he's supposed to go find somewhere that has, for Galactus to devour. If you know anything about Galactus in Marvel Comics, he eats planets, and he's a giant. He's a celestial, and so Thor comes to the island, and like that's in the comic book. And then like the next day, his hammer was on the island, and like nobody could pick up the hammer, and it had like impelled the ground, right? And so there started to be these like rumors going around, and the internet got in all a tizzy that the next season was going to be Marvel themed, and that everything in the battle pass, everything on the map was all going to be related to Marvel. And now this is coming directly after Endgame.
Yeah.
So like Endgame was 2019, obviously, and then this was like September, October, November of 2020, and we'd had Viv by this point, and so like they launched this season, and now you can play as Iron Man, which was insane, right? Like you could be Iron Man, you could be She-Hulk, Groot, Doctor Doom. And there's POIs. There was different places you go to, like Doom's Doomtown, and like he had a little throne, and
Dr.
like
Doom's house.
Each one of these characters had superpowers, and then they kept releasing other characters that you could buy. Like Wolverine was roaming the map and stuff, and so like that one really sucked us in. And like that was the first one that we not only hit level 100, we even went further because they had variants of the costumes.
Yes,
we leveled way too much. But it was so fun. And like, as we're playing this, we're like, looking up different videos. We start watching people playing it on Twitch, and we start finding out more about this lore, because they keep talking about the 0 point. And I was like, I have no idea what they're talking about. Like somebody was saying Galactus wants to come there because of the 0 point. And I was like, I don't understand what this is. Like, what is the 0 point? So then at that point, that's when Maggie and I take a trek back in time and watch the lore of Fortnite over time. And it's so ridiculous in a good way. The story of this game, I mean, in the real world, this game started off as just I think a free to play. It was maybe free to play, or is an MMO, not an MMO, but like basically the whole thing is you built forts you defended forts against like zombies, was essentially
save the world.
And like you could build different structures to fortify yourself, right? So it was like a Fortnite, right? And then it didn't really do that well, so then they decided to launch as like a last ditch effort. They launched a battle royale mode that was taken after PUBG, and that's the big success we know it as today. But it wasn't the original mode, right? And so we go back and we're watching these YouTube videos, and I think like PlayStation Grenade is one of them that we watched, Top 5 Gaming, of course. And we start finding out that, okay, back, 2 years ago, there was this guy that came to the island from space, and he was called the Visitor, right? He was in a rocket. And then like the rocket was going to take out a town, and then it actually took out a different town that launched another another season. And then, more stuff happens, rifts start happening, and then things that were in the game start appearing in our actual world, in our real world. The
season we played.
With Drift. Yeah. And then at a certain point, there's like these people trying to dig into the ground to release this 0 point. And it's like this big ball of energy, right? And there's this character that is building a giant mech, because there's also a giant monster hidden in this ice, right? He's like frozen in the side of this mountain. And so that season ends with this giant battle between this mech and this monster. And like you as the player are just kind of floating like with a jetpack, like able to move about, the scene, but you're watching this giant battle happen, right? And it's like nothing you've ever seen in a game before, let alone, in a battle royale, right?
Yeah.
And so, that all wraps up, goes to the next season, and then turns out the 0 point is exposed and causes a black hole, and that's what had sucked the island in and came into the chapter 2, which is what we were now in, right? And so the seasons kind of progress. It turns out Midas was actually trying to
stop the storm.
Yeah, stop the storm, because the storm, being this thing that kills you over time on the island, is actually a part of the story. Like it's a game mechanic, but now they're like, well, actually, let's make this make sense lore wise, right? And so time like resets every 20 minutes or something. And, the storm collapsing, everybody that's on the island doesn't know who they are. They've forgotten their memories and all this stuff. And like, I don't know, just finding all of that out. And then of course the Marvel season ending with us fighting Galactus on this bus, right? And like flying through and like just shooting at these things that, and like this part of the game had never existed until this playthrough, right? They made this just for this live event that you could play through. It was special, right? Like, I mean, it was really the fact that it was just something totally unique just for this one event to happen, right? And then that led into the next season, which then brought in Alien and Predator and Star Wars. The Mandalorian was there, and
bounties.
Terminator shows up, and Batman, and Halo, and God of War, and I know it's Master Chief, his name's not Halo. And then just all of these things, and then that wraps up with another live event, and and then that just kind of keeps going. And last summer we had the Rick and Morty showing up at one point, and the aliens and Ska,
UFOs,
and so like it just became this thing where we started off as like, this is a free game that we can kind of dick around with and play and just have fun, right? And like the more we dove into it, the more we were rewarded for learning about it, right? Like we knew who Jonesy was, right? We knew that Peely was a snapshot of Jonesy. We read the DC comics based off of it, we've got the Marvel comics that they're getting ready to release this week. And so like, what's cool about it is that there's this deep story, and you can have no idea what any of it is. You can just play the game, and it just is what it is. You're shooting, you're hiding, and the game mechanics are fun. It's an enjoyable experience. But there's also just all of this deep lore to the whole thing, this story. Yeah. And every time you play, and this is what kind of gets me hooked, is that you can play for 5 minutes and feel like you've accomplished something, right? You can play for 2 hours and feel like you've accomplished something. You can not play for a week, and you can come back in a week and pick it back up and gain XP and unlock things, and it's great. And you can not play for a month and do the same thing. Yeah. And you can miss a season and come back, right? Yeah. But it's cool because now me and Maggie, being a married couple, having a child, I don't have, we neither of us really have time to play, a 500-hour game, right? Like not one that you would sit down and play. But we have played Fortnite for probably 500 hours over several years now. I'm assuming at 500, maybe more than it actually is. But
on the Switch it says I've played well over 500.
okay.
So therefore you have to.
Yeah.
So
and like I can have the TV and I'm playing on the Xbox and it looks great, and Maggie can be on her Switch and we can both be playing the same game beside each other, fighting the same people in this community of people from around the world, right? And like it's all real people, and like especially over the past 2 years, right, where it has been very not disconnected, but what'd you say? Oh, I thought you said something. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Where we've been very separated from people.
Yeah.
Right. Just in general, just because social distancing and stuff. It's been great to just exist together along with other people that enjoy this and go to watch a BTS performance, right? Like,
oh my God, so
or watch short films inside of Fortnite, right? It's almost like you're actually doing these things, and when you don't have time to do that, you can turn on Twitch and watch Nick A30 playing, or you can go to YouTube and watch Fresh play a video, or Laserbeam, right?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I guess I don't really know exactly what I'm trying to say with it, other than just it's really fun and it's such a cool story, and I love the fact that me and you can play together on different systems and still make progress together. We can unlock things from third party things. I'm trying to think of what it's called, like movies and stuff that we enjoy, like Darth Vader or Pac-Man or Indiana Jones is in this season.
Yes.
And like Superman was in last summer's. And like we can do all these things together in a video game and not have to sacrifice, like, okay, I'm sitting down to play this tonight, for 7 hours because I'm finally going to beat Legend of Zelda, right? Like it's much easier to just say, hey, we got 20 minutes. We could jump in, play a match, level up probably, and then turn it off and go to bed, right? But we still get to have that moment together. And so you get to have all that fun plus all the the knowledge of the lore, right? Which is just such a cool, deep story.
Yes.
We didn't even touch on like The Rock being there.
No.
Joe McHale.
Joe McHale.
Joe McHale,
But yeah.
It's so, it's just, I don't know. We've really enjoyed Fortnite over the past several years now. And it's not really something that we've got to talk about. And especially with this being the new season just launched today, which means a new battle pass, in case you don't know what any of that is. And the battle pass is all the things you can unlock as you level up. It just seemed like a good time to just say, it's fun. It's cool. And like it gets a bad rap because, it's a kid's game, or, it's so big now that, it's cool to hate on the big stuff, right? Like it's cool to hate Avatar because Avatar is the biggest movie that's ever been made, right? But it's actually a decent game.
It is. It really is. I mean, I can't tell you how many students I've had. They know, like some of them, like there's levels to it. Like there are kids that are aware of Fortnite.
Yeah.
There are kids that play Fortnite and they're just playing it to be playing it. Then there's kids that are way into it and understand what's going on. And I had that kid this past year. And he would say, "Did you see the new battle pass?" He would ask me that. "Mrs. Brown, did you see the new battle pass?" "Yeah, I did, buddy." And like as the year went on, like, because I had a kid like that in the year before last, but he wasn't like into it as this kid was this year.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that those two boys play together.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And he was like, "Mrs. Bryant, did you know that, the foundation is on the island?" Like he would tell me this stuff. And like, so one day you had messaged me about Obi-Wan possibly coming to the shop. Yeah. And this kid is a big Star Wars fan also. I mean, this kid hit all the markers as a geeky kid for me. I was like, this is going to be great. This is going to be a fun year. And so it was on the playground. It was the only class out there. And I was like, hey, guess what's going to be in the item shop tonight? Possibly. Or maybe this week. What? I said, Obi-Wan. And he's like, what? I said, yeah, you know who Obi-Wan is, right? Yeah, from Star Wars. And I showed him pictures. He's like, oh my God. He says, this is so great. I can't wait to tell Dad when I go.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, like, kids are well aware of it. Yeah, duh. I don't blame them. It's a fun game. It is.
Yeah. Well, I even heard someone say that basically Fortnite is the mall.
Yeah.
Like it's the place you go and hang out, right? And you buy new clothes to try on, or new emotes, right? Where you're just goofing off with your friends. And like half the time, it's not even about winning the game.
No.
Like there's plenty of times we're playing to not win. Like we're just doing missions, or
we start goofing off.
Yeah, like just blowing up trucks and stuff, or running over buildings,
down buildings and flattening cities. And also, there's I can't think of the name of it, where you go into the town and you don't
Party Royale.
Party Royale.
Yeah.
There's people that just literally just post up in Party Royale just to talk to other people.
You drive go-karts. You can. There's
Spray
concerts
paint,
that are there. Paintball.
Balls. Yeah.
It's just It's
and they've made it so much more epic as with the creative. There's a lot of people that's into the fashion show side of it.
Yeah, because you can combine different outfits from different things.
And like somebody's in control of it, and they say, "Okay, I need you to make an outfit that shows this, and I'm going to pick out whoever has the worst one. I'm going to eliminate you."
And like I think what makes those so great, like not just the fashion show, but like the skins and stuff themselves, is that there's just a little bit of customization. Mm-hmm. Like you can't. There's very special occasions that you can tweak it more than this, but like typically you have from head to toe is one item, right? You can have a backpack and you can have a pickaxe, and that's like basically it. There are a couple other options, but like, so if I have, it's not like you're changing your face or your hair color, or different pants or different shirts. Like it's a limited amount of customization, but that kind of is a good box to force you to be more creative with it, if that makes sense.
In the spa season, I think that's when they was testing the waters with the customization. They had that chick. You had to complete so many challenges in order for you to get like certain hairstyles, or if you wanted her skin to have tattoos on it and stuff. I think that's when they started testing it right there. But then it seemed like as the seasons went on and on and on, they've gotten really creative with it. Like there was the alien last summer. We had to get all the I can't remember the chimera parts or whatever. And we got every piece. We can make it.
Pick different armor colors. You can pick different glowing
eyes. It's crazy.
Yeah, and like this season, they've got this one that's basically an action figure. And you can pick different arms or torsos or heads.
It makes me think of my brother's old action figures that I used to play with. That he would say, "You better be careful with them," But like, you already took them out of the box, buddy. Sorry.
And like,
that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, and like when these big events happen, like over the weekend. It's kind of like this shared experience that you don't really get much anymore, because like when you go watch a movie, either you're worried about spoiling it or you're worried about people spoiling it for you, or you just are out there being chaotic and just spoiling it for people, right? But like you may go watch a movie and like we have a podcast, sure, so we talk about that movie, but you can't really just walk up to some random person on the street and be like, "Oh my God, Endgame," right? But like, used to, you could do that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
when
you
the
could.
Friends finale happened, right? Like everybody was watching Friends at 8:00 that night to see it.
There wasn't going to be any
Yeah.
other way you could see it immediately.
But now with streaming and, just live TV being not as big. I mean, even with DVRs, even if you don't stream everything, like, typically you're recording something to watch
Yes.
later or skip commercials, right? And so with this, it kind of brings back that unifying feeling of, oh my God, we are all experiencing this right at this
Yes.
moment. And now we can all go talk about it because it's over,
Yeah.
and like, if you miss it, you missed it forever, which sucks. Like, I do wish we could go back to that Marvel season sometimes.
Oh, I know.
But it's just really great because it makes you feel like you're a part of this community,
Yeah.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of toxicity
Yes.
in Fortnite for sure. Just depends on who you play with, but we tend to. I just mute everybody that's toxic anyway. Like, I don't go digging into comments and stuff, and I don't follow people that post negativity anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't really ever have to deal with that, right?
Unlike me, I go digging.
And so it's just, it's just cool to have those moments, whether it's a concert in Fortnite or if it's this live event where we got to play as basically the Power Rangers,
Yes.
storming through the town or the island. And just never playing that again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Getting teases of what will be in the next season. We're all
Yes.
theorizing as if it's lost or something, and then it happens the next day. So it's not even like you have to experience this and then it's 3 months later. Like, it's literally the next day.
Yeah.
And so, like, even on a tiny level, every night at 8:00 the shop updates.
Yes.
And so, like, there's even this little thing of like, who's in the shop tonight,
Yeah.
and like, when it's Spider-Man, everybody freaks out, and
Yeah.
again, we get to have just that micro version of sharing that moment with the community, So that's what I mean. Like, when I say Fortnite's cool, like, it's just cool,
It is. It
and maybe
is
that
cool.
makes it uncool because now there's a 35-year-old dude saying it's cool. So maybe it's not
there's
cool
people
anymore.
older than us that stream and play Fortnite,
That's true.
and they play build mode.
Builds. Thank God they got rid of
and
builds.
they even.
I mean, they still have it, but and
I can't
God
think-
love the people that play. They're great. I suck at building.
I
so.
suck at building. I mean, we play on controllers too, so that probably doesn't help.
Mm.
Which there's a lot of people that play on controllers that rock at building, and
It's
I
true.
do not know how your hands
Can just do that.
and your brain just do that. And
And I love
it
that
amazes me.
It's the same experience whether you're on a PC or an Xbox or a
Yes.
PlayStation or a Switch. Granted, it may look better depending on what
Yes.
you're playing on, but I mean, we're all still together even when you're on different platforms.
and also, what's really, I mean, today alone, if you watch Twitch for 30 minutes today, you got a free emote.
yeah.
And then if you logged into Xbox, you got free pickaxes.
Yeah.
They're giving out free stuff like
PlayStation, like every season.
Most of the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
PlayStation does too. Switch very rarely does.
Yeah, Nintendo,
PC, it's been about every season for the
Yeah.
past 2 seasons. There's been a free skin,
Yeah, it's crazy.
and my laptop just about
Catches on
wants
fire every
to
time.
catch on fire every time we load it up. I do not think I could ever
Well,
play it on that.
even now they were able to figure out a way for people to play on phones again.
Yeah.
Like you just play.
Genius.
Yeah, you just play it. And again, it's free. It's just free. You just turn on your phone and play.
Genius.
And if you want to spend money, which we do end up spending money on it, which
God.
I will say the best thing though, the best way that I've taken that is that I have spent a lot of money on games that I end up never finishing, right?
Same
And
here.
Fortnite may never be finished ever. But if I'm going to give money to something I enjoy, then why should I not give Fortnite money, right?
Yeah.
Because even though it's a free game, it's still, they have given me, like you just said, 500 hours plus of fun,
Yeah.
And like that's worth something,
And also, I mean, just with the Ukraine stuff,
Yeah.
they all proceeds during what? almost a month. It seemed like they extended it.
And it was right when the season launched. So, I mean, there's so many people logging in and buying the battle pass.
Yeah.
It was millions.
Yeah.
Like over 50 million.
It wasn't even a percentage. They didn't say 5%, 10%. It was full 100% contribution to help with Ukraine. So, I mean, that right there speaks a lot.
And I'm sure they're not perfect. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's horror stories about, you know, I forget what it's called, but where people are forced to work overtime. Crunch, yeah. You know, and who knows about the culture there and all that stuff. But all that to say, it's fun. Fortnite's cool, man. And I know that kind of goes without saying, but we haven't said it, and I just wanted to say it. And there wasn't anything else to talk about this week. But yeah, anything else you want to say before we start wrapping this up?
I don't know. Hit us up.
No, don't do that. We stick to ourselves. Like, I mean, it's nothing. Look, here's the thing, okay? Full disclosure, it's nothing against anybody. We just have a 2-year-old, and it causes us social anxiety to have to set a time for when we can play, and if she's not asleep, we can't. And then it's like, oh, I gotta back out. We can't do it, man. Yeah. And like that sucks because we don't want to be those people. So we just end up always playing the two of us.
You can hit me up.
There you go. Hit Maggie up.
Hit me up, and I can only play during the hours that she is napping during the day.
Now, I will say, if they're doing a special thing where you have to reboot a friend who hasn't played in a while, I will unfriend you so that I can do that with my alt Fortnite account.
Yeah, we did do that.
Hey,
so
man,
we could get
listen,
that free stuff.
It's a whole free skin, man. You got to do it. You got to do it. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for us. That was the main topic. Hey, everybody. That's going to wrap it up for us. I can't believe this went on as long as it did.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I wanted to say, and you could probably tell. But yeah, so next week we're going to be talking about Jurassic World Dominion. That'll be fun. I don't know if we'll talk more about the previous Jurassic Park stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, we've also got Miss Marvel we'll probably talk about a little bit. Oh my god. We didn't even talk about Obi-Wan from this past week, but I think we're saving all that for the big shebang.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen over the next week? We may have some video game news. What would have been E3 is going on. It's the Summer Games Fest now. Yeah, I don't know. There may be trailer reactions. Probably Black Adam will probably do a trailer reaction. So just be sure if you enjoyed this, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. If you're listening to us on a podcast service, then please rate us 5 stars, leave a comment, or well, not a comment, but a review. And if you're listening on the podcast services, head over to YouTube. Hit play on the video for a little bit, you know? Maybe go make a sandwich. I don't know. Just leave it playing. And then hit the thumbs up button, because that's cool too. What? I was wondering what you was doing. And if you're watching this on YouTube, maybe over to iTunes. There's audio playing in the background right now. No, you're fine.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're good. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, go over to the podcast services and hit play and maybe go make a sandwich or something and rate it 5 stars and leave a review. What I'm saying is, it's okay to double up, all right? It helps people find us, is what I'm trying to get at. So we appreciate you as always. If you would like the post show, which we're getting ready to do, the big movie quiz. That's right. If you'd like to watch that, then you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can join us for the pre and post shows. Maggie, anything else you would like to say before we call it a day?
Let's go crank some soggy 90s.
All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thanks for watching, and as always,
have a hopefully awesome day.
Bye.